Greetings, greetings, family. We're a family. We're a giant tree. Man, I wish the damn Bluetooth would play and be on the live stream. 'Cause I was just Jasmine. I was just jamming to Jasmine Sullivan, and it was such a fucking vibe. It was such a vibe, family. Greetings, family. It was such a fucking vibe. I was wanting it to keep playing, but I know it won't. But it be in those moments that I be like chilling, listening to the music as I'm driving, and spirit be hella talking, and I be like, I need to just get on the live for a second, but then the music don't keep playing. But the vibe is still back. How y'all doing? Greetings, family. Finally. So y'all know I can't sit still. Guard your grill. Nah. Y'all know I can't sit still. I'm always doing something, child. I've been doing my hair a little earlier, trying to put these little foey lockies in them. Spirit been talking all day. You know what I hate? I hate when Spirit is talking and Spirit be talking so overly good. You know what I'm saying? And I be like, oh my God, I gotta share this with the world. And then I get on here and I can't remember shit. It's almost like how you have an ailment until you go to the doctor and then nothing happens. You ain't threw up. Your stomach ain't been hurting. Like, God doggone it. It's like, what? I went out with my girls, my daughters. My daughters love when I go out with them. They think they have a cool and hip mom. uh, Toddy asked. Toddy will share anything, but Tatiana be like, I don't know, mine. It's just certain things I don't want to talk to you about, mine. I be like, oh, okay. But Toddy don't give a shit. She'll tell me it's like whatever. I be like, I love this. I love being a mom. Like, what would I have done if I wasn't? I understand women who want to be a mom who's not a mom. But I feel like in your soul and spirit you're a mom, you know what I mean? But I totally get it. I get the whole plight, the idea of it. But those are my pumpkin schmunkins. You know, as a person, how honest are you? Like, if somebody had a measurement meter, how honest are you? I think we think that we're honest as a people. Like, oh, I'm honest to myself. I tell the truth. No, you do not. I'm telling you. Unless you can dig deep down in your roots and you can lay it on the line, no matter what it is, then you cannot stand in your truth. Reason why I'm only saying this is because I was thinking, because I love my babies and I love them both, and I would like to think that I love them the same. But in my heart of hearts, I don't know why I can still sometimes make a difference in my mind between my babies. Because of course Tatiana's not my birth child, and like as a person, I wonder why. Like, and maybe it's because I've raised Toddy from the time of birth and conception. You know what I mean? But I want to have the same because Tatiana's mom is passed, and so I feel like I've stepped into that role because she adopted me in that way, and I adopted her back in that way. So I just feel like sometimes I'm so guilty of not displaying the equal distribution of either love, time, or attention to both of my girls, and I feel like that's honesty for your ass. You know, that's honesty for your ass, and I don't like that part of me, but I'm okay with me. But I don't like that part. You know, that's a part of me that I would like to change. I think when we get to that part as a people, then that's a growth spurt where you can say that and then say that. You know, that's a part of me that I would like to change. What are some parts of you that you would like to change? You know what I mean? Like it's those moments that we need to look at. Greetings, family. Yeah, like how honest are you, even with self? It can be a lot when you're having to be honest with self. When you're having to be honest, period. You know, Spirit told me like one time, and I may have even told that story before, where Spirit had told me like, you know, I want you to go in here and I want you to admit your faults because even though you felt like you was right in that moment and you may have been right and correct in how you felt about it, but the how you handled it made you incorrect, and I need you to go into the court. I need you. I did not because I am right in the way I felt. And the way I felt was I wanted to break them bitches' jaws and all the bones in their motherfucking face. That was how I felt. And and that's what the fuck I had said to these broads. And it landed me in some trouble. It did. It landed me in trouble. And I ended up having to go to court. When I went to court, why would this be passed like this? This is pissed me off, man. When I went to court, I ended up having to stand in it. Like I said, I think I even told this the other day, a little bit of it. Just like, you know, Spirit wanted me to say to the courts, like, you know, I was wrong. I understand where I was wrong, and I apologize. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I was under pressure. You know, I felt some sort of way, and I still handled the situation incorrectly. You know, and once I did that, I felt I felt redeemed. I felt like a 90 boo boo bitch type shit came over me, like, because bitch, now you don't have that to hang over me because bitch, I've already squashed it and squandered it. So it's done. You know, why would this be packed like this? This has really just upset me in some kind of way. I mean, really. Fucking parking lot. Like, why, yo? Why would this be packed like this? Anyway, let me not get beside myself because I'm so angry at this. Like, knock it off. Just fucking stop. Anywho, okay, parking, you guys. Hold on. Parking, you guys. Make sure you go and get you some Progent Max. Okay, that's no. Alrighty. Alrighty then. Okay. Not that. I don't know if I told y'all this shit yet. Let me tell y'all what the fuck. I was on my hair today. Beach. I put the little faux locky locks in. I ain't finished it, so I got it wrapped up back there. But anywho, I had the craziest experience today. So let me explain to you. If I did not tell y'all this shit, then I got to tell y'all. And this is why the fuck you should listen to Yehuda at all times, at all costs. I don't give a fuck what you feel like is going on in your life in that moment. If Yehuda is telling you something, please believe me, it is a reason, and you better listen to Yehuda, your spirit, your soul, baby. Listen to the high council, honey. Today, Yehuda had been on my case for like 2 weeks to keep my doors locked, because when I park my car, my doors automatically unlock, and I'm not always getting out the car in that moment. You know what I mean? So Yehuda may be like, lock your doors when you get in the car. Lock your doors. I'd be like, okay. So I've been locking my doors. Like, he'll remind me. I'll be sitting in the car. Your door locked? I look up like, damn, gratitude, Yehuda. Lock your door, right? Gratitude, Miss Shawn. So I'm sitting in my car. You see my shirt? Juice. I'm sitting in a car today, and I'm doing a reading. I'm sitting at a little restaurant, and I'm doing a reading, and I'm like, out the motherfucking blue. I kid you the fuck not. Out the blue. I'm in the midst of this lady reading. I'm just sitting there parked. It's broad day, fucking daylight, okay? I'm right up against the parked up against the building of the restaurant, which is busy. This nigga run up on my car trying to get in my back seat, keep trying to open my door, keep pulling my handle like he is in a panic trying to get into my car. Now I'm reaching for my gun. I'm looking, but I'm still in the reading. I'm looking. I'm trying to get my gun. Like, what the fuck? I scream like, get the fuck away from my car. He gonna look inside like, my bad, sis. My bad, sis. Gonna walk around to the motherfucking door, the driver's side door, and put his fist up to the window. My bad, sis. My bad, man. Really? What the fuck? What pissed me off about this? Let me tell you what pissed me off about it. I put my fucking fist to the window. I dabbed this nigga through the window. That made me so motherfucking mad with myself. I don't know what to do with myself. Bitch, why would you dab this nigga back through the fucking window? I was so pissed, but I understood that shit. When Yehuda kept saying, lock your doors, lock your doors. Child, I tried to dab him, Maya. He tried to dab. He was like, my bad, sis, and dab through the window. My ass, I made myself so mad dabbing him back through the window. I was like this. I said, my heart was beating fast as hell. I was like, nigga, you almost got shot on a humble. Girl, I don't even know what the fuck. That nigga was pulling so hard on my door handle trying to get in this car. Like, what if he could have got in this car? I was going to have to kill this nigga probably. No. Mm-mm. I ain't with it. I ain't with it. Like, what the fuck, you know? The other thing is, he was handsome, but he looked like he was handsome back in the day. He don't look old. He looked like he was in his 40s. But it looked like the streets then whooped his motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? But he still tried to be kind of nice dressed, but still older, but wearing his hat to the side. Like, nigga, knock it off. Knock it the fuck off. It was already running. I'll never turn my car off. So it was already running. I just was getting ready to back up. I didn't know what to do because I'm on the reading. I almost backed up. I almost pulled my gun. Like, I didn't know what the fuck. I started screaming, get the fuck away from my car. I was like, what? You need me to extinguish what? Greetings, Nikki Nicole. The smoke. In a minute. In a minute. My blunt, girl, in a minute. We're going to extinguish it because it's going to be gone. I'm trying to get me together. My little, I'm supposed to make a rub on my motherfucking booty. My little act right is acting wrong. See, that's why the fuck I wasn't fooling with this nigga in the first place. You hear me? Because this nigga don't never know how to act right. You feel me? So you've been blowing me up for days on days. Like, knock it the fuck off. I pull up as I do. I ain't heard from this nigga since he knew I pulled up. Like, what we doing? What's going on? Now you quiet? I said keep that same energy, nigga. Now you quiet. There's a motherfucking church mouse. He probably do want that smoke. I ain't playing no games with this nigga. I ain't got time for it. Like, what you doing? Like, what you doing? Yeah, it is. Been blowing me down. Like, what you doing? Like, and there you are this. No, homeboy. Ain't what we do. You missing Tiny Core readers? I'm going to tell her because I was going to suggest that she do it, that we get on there and we do it together, but I ain't want to be overbearing because she be wanting to do it, but then she don't want to step on my black magic toes, you know what I'm saying? But I don't feel no way. Selling wolf tickets about the pussy he was going to come over here and eat. He better come and eat the pussy, but I ain't getting ready to bark down the street, though. I ain't going to do that. But it would be nice for somebody to come eat this pussy. Period. Islands in the stream. That is what we are. This motherfucker tried to open up my door, Brody. This nigga tried to open up my door. Listen, I did not know which way to go, George. I really almost was gonna shoot this guy. What is I smoking? Are we about to roll up? It's a little something. Shay said I gotta put it out, but I'm gonna put it out in a minute. I gotta pee. It's cold outside. My act right is acting wrong. I want some FaceTime. Just call it that though. I want some FaceTime. Mm. Mm. I do. Oh, somebody just come eat this pussy, please. Hello. Islands in the stream. Your ass is up on his lawn. Gratitude. Gratitude about the hair. Wow, it's supposed to be money, Anita. You miss Papa. I didn't even finish it, child. So I got this little ponytail covering it up because we went out. First, I was gonna wear a hat, but then I was like, yeah, no. What's up, letters? I can't pronounce that shit, so to me, there's letters. What's up, letters? It's 3 in the morning. Wow, I didn't even know that. Hey, Ed, child, what you doing, Ed? Gratitude, Anita. Hey, I don't know how to pronounce that shit. That shit is letters, man. Y'all be disappointed in me because I'm spoken. Don't be. I'm disappointed in myself. Yet I'm still spoken. I don't know what this is. I've been having conversations for like a week now about what this is. Yeah, I'm glad you laughed at it. NSAOF. Those are letters, man. I'm talking to you. Say, girl, do you? I'm disappointed in myself. And I didn't want y'all to judge me. Even though y'all always say we in a judgment free zone, some people come to judge. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Let me get my. You know, you gotta take it out your purse to go in a goddamn club and shit. I was drinking shit I don't even really normally drink. I was drinking Hennessy and Red Bull. I don't really drink that shit. I've really just been drinking tequila and tequila margaritas because of Jamila. You know, it is very, very weird how your life can be one way and then very quickly how your life can be another way. And it's almost like currently at the club. It's like you have to just get over the shit and move forward. You know what I mean? It's very, very weird. Like it's just like, okay, well that's over. Well it's over. Hey, but it's over. Okay. Like, huh? It's over? Yeah. Oh, okay. Now you gotta find a way to just cope with that shit. Even if you're the one that said that it's over, it's all of the other shit that was inside of it that made you say that it's over or that made them say that it's over. You may look back at your behaviors and your actions and you question yourself on some things, maybe not all things, but some things, because we're not perfect, but you still see where you could be wrong at. You also see where your right is. It's always just that indifference. But I be wondering, like, as a people, can we just not accept our own indifference? Because why do we have to make people, you know, convert to whatever the fuck you thinking or seeing or. I just happen to feel like as many people has come in, and I want to use the words betray me, but in some instances, maybe I don't want to say overreacted, but I'm gonna say it like everybody's punishment was the same, no matter what the action was. So could you say that I overreacted? Maybe because everybody's punishment is the same, but maybe I don't feel like it's an overreaction. Maybe I feel like that action is that action. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm about to take that parking spot. They move. It's fast. This phone is hot. Did that make sense? You understand what I'm saying? You gotta sneak and steal my parking spot. You just can't outright steal their goddamn parking spot. You got to sneak and make sure that they don't see you stealing it. If they left and you don't know if they're coming back. But what you do know is a little bit better parking. Scorpio, what is that say, maybe your chart going backwards also like mine. Maybe. Gratitude, Michelle Ross. I think that people think that I go over the top or that I overreact, but I'm a firm believer. My daughter taught me this, and I'm a firm believer in it that you cannot tell someone how to react to your actions. So whatever my reaction is, it just is that, you know. And you can't tell me how to react to what you have done. I say that a lot, you know. And so when I say that and I keep saying, the way I punish people in my life, I punish them with all the same punishment. I reject them and I cut them off. And so people look at me like, oh, so she's going to be next. Oh, she's going to be next. That's not necessarily. I have people in my life that I've known for a number of years. I mean, years. Like, I was 6 and 7 years old, and then other people just throughout my life. I have a lot of people that have stuck around that I'm still sticking with them. And I have people in my life that I've never had an argument with, you know? And we are like, me and my best friends, we've never had an argument. Have we disagreed on some things? Absolutely. It's never come to screaming and hollering, shouts, match, backstabbing, none of that. It's never come to any of that. And I love them, you know. And I feel like we have those people in our lives. So when you see shit that is not right, you have the right to call it out. If more people called out the bullshit, then maybe less of the actions people would see from these individuals. even in ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Just taking notice and not just knowing that your attitude is fucked up, but when you know that your attitude is fucked up, like, what do you do with that? What are you going to do with that? Why would you take it upon yourself to utilize your fucked up attitude to mishandle someone else? Why would you do that? And people do that shit every day. You know what I mean? It's fucked up. People do that shit every day. And they want you to sit in it, want you to accept it. Like, well, you know how I am. Well, but you know how I am. And I cut a bitch off quick. hmm? Because now I'm triggered. What we talking about? Your trauma, my trauma. The fuck? People want their trauma to be worse than your trauma and give them an excuse and a reason to continue to make you allow them, excuse me, to mishandle you and treat you. You know? Like never 18 years of friendship. Absolutely. There's just some people in my life that I've never had an argument with. But it's just the things that I go through in front of people. Like the other day when I had told my story and then I was talking about my friend whose daughter that was murdered. And then I get the phone call from my sister, my older sister called me call me, hey, Krisha said, call her whatever. I'm like, okay. So I call my best friend, my bestie. And, she tell me what's going on and I'm like, that's my bestie. She already know me, I know her since like 6 and 7 years old. Even with the gaps in between of us not having that connection, when you come back together with somebody that's your friend that you love them deeply from a genuine, sincere place, y'all pick up like you ain't never left. You know that person still. You know. And she knows me and I know her, man. Yeah, shit. People be acting the fuck out of crazy. Trying to make people have problems and issues. Yeah, yeah. But that's my bestie. You know what I mean? And even how she approached me with it, like I love her, she loves me. You know what I mean? Like, and it wasn't her problem. She didn't really care. What they were talking about, but it was some other shit. So it was just like, but you guys just, what I'm saying is, you got to be aware and make people accountable. It's just very hard. That's been in my heart for like 2 days or so. That we don't hold people accountable, and it's almost because sometimes we don't want to be held accountable. We don't hold ourselves accountable. We don't want to be held accountable. And even when we say we do want to be held accountable, sometimes our response to it is still fucked up. And sometimes I have to check myself and catch myself like, well, what you mean? Well, I thought, okay, well, I hear you. That's your experience of me. Okay, I get it. You're right. I understand how I used to react to certain things, or, like whatever that accountability is. I find myself have to take that, because spirit gonna make me take that. You know, make people accountable. Be accountable in your own life, for your own existence. What up, Maya J? I think I done killed about 3 donuts out this bag. Probably about to eat another one. I just keep eating shit. I didn't pack on some pounds. It's almost like purposeful now at this point. Like, what are you doing? Why do you keep eating this shit? You just ate a whole cookie earlier. And I do mean a whole cookie. I mean like one of them big ones you get on your way out the convenience store because they sitting up there, the big ones on the little shelf. Like, what is you doing? What the fuck? It's almost like purposeful now. Like, I'm sick of my own shit. As I eat my donut. Yeah, then you think they think you're doing them wrong, but you're not. It's self perseverance. Why is that wrong for me to preserve myself? Should I say it? Absolutely. Why is that wrong for me to preserve myself? Why must I feel guilty? I feel like on the outside, it felt like at first, and people would look at it and see and think that Jamela treated me good. You know what I mean? But people didn't see the other part, and it's not that she like necessarily even treated me bad. It was just those things I could not get past that led me to believe that you're not really here for me. And that's a different thing. That's a different thing. Like to feel like, and it ain't even like I feel bad when to say somebody uses you, but in a sense that's what that is. But I'm so motherfucking country bunking and naive, even with my gift sitting on top of my crown the way it do. I wanted to believe. I wanted her. I wanted her. And then I have to question myself with all honesty and like, did you want her because, you and your cousin had this beef going on, this thing going on, and you wanted to win? Did you want to win, Quatita? Like, I don't know. But in my mind, in my heart, I wanted her. But why did I want her? I don't know. I feel like, yeah, that's some I can agree to that. I feel like that. I can agree to that. You know, and maybe there's something in myself that I need to check. But at the same time, my people they was wrong too, the way that they handled me and the way they did and what the fuck, you know, the way the shit happened, like that shit was wrong. And maybe that's also why I handled it the way I handled it. I don't know. What up, Erica Gray? You know what I mean, Chandra? That shit is crazy. And I have to admit that maybe I have to admit that to myself. You know, hey, Clotilde, maybe you just wanted to win, and you didn't see that this person wasn't the person for you. But I liked her, and I hate to keep saying it like that, but I did. I liked her, and I wanted to get to know her. And when I saw the connection that was happening between them, like that it set off something in me. And I was like really, really triggered. I was really triggered. I was angry, but I had to be cool about all of that though. You know, it's almost like I always have to eat shit. I always have to eat the shit. Even with the relationship before that. It's always like I have to eat the shit. That shit don't be fair. And I just felt like What if this is my time to be happy with someone? Like, I feel like, how dare you step into it because you feel like some kind of way about it. But that's not for you to feel that way. I don't even know if y'all follow what the fuck I'm saying. What I'm saying. I'm just expressing my truth. But I did. I really, it was exciting for me, and I'm thinking like, okay, I'm getting over this other relationship. Yeah. Mm, that shit is messy. So, mm. What up, Erica B. Slim? What up, B. Dub? What up, Ebony Harbin? I don't know how many days it's been, but it's been happening. I feel like earlier today and just right now. Oh, I'll be sitting somewhere and it'll look like somebody is standing somewhere, like not even close to me. Like I keep feeling like it be souls roaming, and I can see them because it don't be nobody there, but it be looking like that. Mm-hmm. Nick, about to do a meditation. Shaking fam. All right, appreciate gratitude. Cleanse will be good. Awesome. We get a fruit when it's not right. I need to just get rid of all of it. It's just we listen. Like we talk real, but we don't really even talk real, right? For the sake of not being judged and not having that judgment okay. But I had made this statement the other day. I said I want to interview my ex. See, that was somebody else. I want to interview my ex because I want to know why she did the shit, right? I say that, and then somebody in the chat say, but I don't even understand your point of wanting to do that because, basically it is what it is. And that's a true statement. But I want to know why you did that. Because I don't know if it's all people or if it's just abuse victims or survivors, abuse survivors. It's so hard, and this is where you stand in your truth. It's so hard for me to hate her, even after everything she did to me. It's very hard for me to hate her because I feel like it is a love hate. It is a love hate where I want to destroy her because of everything she did to try to destroy me. Because why? Because why would you want to destroy me like that? There was never anything done to you that would make you do that. Why would you want to destroy me? So it's like a back and forth, like, oh, I want to destroy her, but at the same time, like, I just want her to be okay too, and I feel like that's the real shit we don't talk about. That's what keeps people in abusive relationships, you know, that's what keeps people in there. And I've been thinking about that for a few days, how we love, and I think it's melanites. I don't know, you know, jealousy, hate, absolutely. And it's like, why? Because all the love that I have and had for her, I could have never stepped into her existence to try to harm or defile or destroy her in such a way that she came for me. It doesn't make sense, and it like boggles my soul. I just And then to think that maybe she was paid to do whatever she did. Because that would be the only thing that would make sense. Because when people love you, sometimes people do spiteful and hurtful things. But to that degree of trying to destroy you, yeah, they do. But why? Like nothing was done to you. I just was simply done playing that game. And it was a plot and a plan in some capacity, the whole time to like take me down or destroy me because you were like saving up like evidence. You were trying to record in different times and moments. Like, what the fuck was that about? What are you doing? What are you doing? What is that? Where's your mind at? You know? What is that? Extortion. The way that things became crystal clear was crazy. Because when you go from, like, if you deal with somebody on a sexual or romantical relationship kind of way, and they don't talk, they don't speak, they have no words to say, um, and you can't get it out of them, it sometimes that shit it can be a lot. It can be a lot when somebody's just staring at you, just keep looking at you, and you're talking to them, or you just see them periodically, frequently, staring at you, not speaking, not saying anything, you know, just looking at you, and I'm like, what is it? And the person tell you like, well, I feel like I'm just blessed to have you, or I don't feel like I deserve you. I can't believe that you're here. I manifested you, but it's always in that, it's in that way, it just never felt equal. It felt like she always put me up on a high pedestal, but then I feel like in those moments she would try to break me down because she didn't want me on the high pedestal in which she placed me. So then here come the trickery and the antics and the games and the mind fuckery, and all the while has nothing to do with me. I'm just here for the ride. So when you say we not together, okay, I abide by that. We ain't together. So now it's, oh, you couldn't wait to be single. Well, what do you mean? I'm following your lead because I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to seem too like I'm pulled too far back. You know, for me, the love was very real. It was very real for me, and I don't know, and I would never speak for someone else in that way. You know, I don't know if the love was real for her. For me, it seemed like it was real for her and like what we shared. But at the same time, the double face was crazy. The Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde shit was insanity to me. It was shit that I felt like I did not deserve, you know. And I tried to help. I wanted to help, and it's one of those situations where I feel like I can't fully stand in everything I want to say. Not my truth because I can stand in my truth, but I feel like there's just certain things like just because of how hmm, because of how I feel like she was training me in the relationship. That's crazy for me to say that, but I really mean that. Like if somebody like when I say certain things to her, she would just go completely off. And I know I can go off too, so I'm not saying it like that, but I'm saying, she would go completely off. And it was understood for me, like, well, dang, this is what's going on, but I can't say that because if I say this, she going to get mad, and then we go back into that. I feel like we need to just break up because we do better as just friends, kind of thing. And when we do that, then along comes, you know, you give yourself permission, not me. You giving yourself permission to go and cheat or do whatever it is that you're doing because now we're no longer together. We're just back into the friendship. Meanwhile, if I do what I want to do, which I'm not doing, but if I do that, now I'm a bad person. And that's what you wanted. You've been wanting to do that. But all the while you were lying and cheating and sneaking and doing all these different things. Fucking with my mind, here I am thinking that I'm wrong about what I pick up on, what I see, and I'm just trying my best to do the best to be the best girlfriend that I could fucking be without being overbearing because of the age difference and just give you love and still shrink myself because I had to shrink myself. I felt like I had to shrink myself. And I could not enjoy the place of where my success was at that time for the lack of not wanting her to feel like she wasn't important or like she wasn't a part of. But then when I would invite her to be a part of it, is here comes the trickery, the head games, and the bullshit again. Because now it's you just trying to use me for my notoriety and who I am, and for my good looks because you think I'm pretty, and you just trying to make people know that we together. Like what? I'm in the midst of shooting a reality show. So why wouldn't you be a part of my reality? So then I say, okay, well, I rescind the offer. I take it back or rescind. I rescind that. So then it's so you don't want people to know. Like, what the fuck is going on here? What is going on? It was so many head games, so much bullshit. But then, let me tell you, because me being the reader of who I am, right? And me being the reader, knowing her emptiness and her brokenness and seeing what the real problem is and was. What do I do with that? You know what I mean? What do I do with that? When seeing the real hurt and brokenness and just not wanting her to feel, because it was a lot. It was a lot. And I know everybody's relationships have they ups and downs, and they have they a lot factors. You know what I mean? Every relationship have a lot factors to it. But for me, it was a lot because I am a reader and I see where the trauma comes from. But the trauma is also still the problem in my relationship on more than one level. Because it's different when somebody displays love to you and you feel like they love you, you see love there, you know, but they act like they can't love you in public or around people. I can't love you because of somebody else's falsified reality of you when that's not the real reality, but that's their version of you. So who are you to dispute that? Like if that's who you think I am, then that's fine because I can't change that because that's obviously who the fuck you keep seeing, but that's not me. So you're not seeing correctly, and I can't adjust your television, your television. I can't adjust it for you. I can assure you that you're not seeing correctly. We're not going to argue about it. And I can't allow your view of what the fuck is not really going on to spark anything over here or be disruptive over here. But that shit happens constantly. And all you want is the best for that person. Like, come, let me take you away because that person comes to you with all of the tragedy and bullshit connected to this source, this whole thing, this whole family dynamic that's not healthy and it's out of control right now. And all you want is for that person to be okay. So you can see certain ways out of it and what the situation may need, whether you want to fully dedicate yourself to it in that moment or not, but you understand, like, well, I do love this person, so I'm going to dedicate myself to the cause for it in this moment. And then that person completely backstabs you and just leaves you like, I was in that pussy last night, like, whose pussy? Your pussy. I beat the pussy up. No, what? Leaves you in that moment. In that moment where you like, wait a minute, what? I thought we was just rocking. I thought I was trying to help you. I'm trying to help you to destroy me because you rather side with those people who do not know me because that's where you feel like your loyalty lies. I understand that. But why would you go against me for them but to destroy me? You get so inside yourself, inside your mind. You feel such obligation to the very people that's fucking abusive to you. That shit blows my mind. That you would come back and try to destroy me. That you would try to come back and destroy me. That is Stockholm Syndrome if I've ever seen it. If I've ever seen it. Greetings, Rasta. If I've ever seen it, this would be the biggest form of Stockholm syndrome I've ever seen. Like you will go against the one person that's trying to help you and help you genuinely. And I'm not saying that the parents, but I'm saying that the parents. Nobody wants to hold themselves accountable for the mental of that person well before the relationship with me. You feel me? Nobody is holding themselves accountable for why this young person showed up to a relationship like this. There's something happening there. Yes, absolutely, Empress. So was she getting paid? Like, what's the deal with that? Why would you do that? That's why I keep saying I want to ask that question, but I only want the honest answer. I don't want no bullshit. I want to know the truth. Accountability on both sides. I have no choice but to be accountable and feel how I feel. I have no choice because the spirit gonna make sure that I do. That's what makes me upset and angry about a lot of stuff. Because I be like, well, why the fuck do they get to do X, Y, Z, and why they getting away with, and why they can smoke weed and I can't? And the spirit, Yehuda be like, everybody ain't you. And it's one of those parental moments, even though they're not our parents. You know, it's one of those moments where you like, because you see it so, and that's why, like, oh, that's not. I need to understand. I need to understand. You say she probably miserable. You know what's so funny? You say that. I'm going on my TikTok for you. As soon as I opened up my click on my TikTok the other day, she popped up, and I said, "What the fuck? Why would she even? Why would she even be popping up? You know what I'm saying? Why would she even be popping up? Oh, I knew I heard it. I'm like, what the fuck? Why would she even be popping up on my goddamn For You page? So I was already pissed and salty about that. So, like any human, I just wanted to see what the TikTok looked like. So I go to her TikTok. Look like she's living a great life. Like she's living it up, and I'm happy for her. After she's tried to destroy mine, and it's taken so very long for me to get my life back on track, and the damage that she's caused, I'm glad she's living a beautiful life over there. I'm just trying to figure out why and how. But the Spirit said, not all things is what they see. And I said, okay. I know this shit is just fucked up. That's what she wants the world to see. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, people think they can just. What gives people that notion in their fucking mind that you can just come in and try to destroy my fucking life because you don't like me? You don't like what I teach. You don't like how I am. You think I'm a fraud. So now I'm going to just fuck with you for 8 months. And if you say anything back, I mean, well, you shouldn't because how dare you not let me mistreat you and talk about you and say horrible things and make videos about you? Like, how dare you not allow me to do that even though you haven't done anything to me? But I just don't like that you don't like Jesus. So I'm just going to fuck with you for 8 months. I'm going to say things. I'm going to have people trying to kill you and your children like you just don't know. I'll tell lies. And how dare you not be okay with me doing that? Who are you to not want me to misuse, mistreat, or abuse you? How dare you? What? Yeah, she hurt me very deeply. And I feel like I feel like I was dragged into, man. Let's talk about that for a second. I feel like I was dragged into. I see. I didn't realize how deeply scarred and emotionally hurt I am behind this relationship until recently. And I even had to admit some shit to myself today. Like, I've been having this conversation for, I know, like a good number of weeks now with myself and the spirit. because I have to get past this. And the only way I'm going to get past it is for me to deal with it, for me to acknowledge it, for me to acknowledge, whatever I may have played a part in, you know, even though I just don't, like, I know the things that I've done and what she may consider is not good, but for me, they feel justified, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't feel like I am. You know what I'm saying? Because I can kind of blow my top sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I have a jealous tendency. You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't want you to cheat on me, but in the end, I was correct in feeling the way the fuck I felt because you was cheating all the time. You know, like it's that kind of shit. And I did not know how deeply fucking scarred I was until recently, and then I had to admit shit to myself today. And that's why I started off saying it the way I said it tonight when I started talking about it, about mm, how you can love somebody and hate somebody at the same time. I just feel like she ruined my relationship. And maybe it was just a fairy tale in my mind. But I loved her. I was in love with her. I don't know if she didn't get that, you know? Mm. I don't think she did. I don't think she did. And I asked her at one point, Cooley and I had had a conversation because he was in a place in his relationship, and I was in a fucked up place in my relationship, and we used to talk about the shit. So how dare he still treat me like bullshit the way he treated me, like I've done something to him? Never done nothing to him. Anyway, we would talk about it, and if I was wrong, I would not mind saying I was wrong. But this is a relationship, like I said, I kind of feel like I was almost forced into because I was just trying to fuck, but she kept presenting it with so much more intention behind it than just the sex. Even though that's what, the basis started off as on Just Judy, you know. And for me, I was coming down from my weight loss. I was starting to lose the weight and I was, feeling different, looking different. And I'm in my mind, I'm like, I can't see why somebody would even want me, because that's just where I'm at. I just could not see why would somebody even want me. So it was very hard for me to take it seriously. I want to say at first, but it lasted throughout the duration of the relationship, and I thought maybe I was just overthinking it, overreacting, thinking too hard, whatever. But in hindsight, seeing the way everything happened and just all of the shit, I now know and understand I was not wrong. And I still want to give her an excuse. But then when I think about all of the shit of like taking the pictures when I'm not looking, I'm laid on the bed naked. First of all, I already am dealing with self-esteem issues in that department, but I'm comfortable with her. So I'm comfortable with getting more comfortable, so I'm comfortable. in that aspect to where I'm okay to lay down and chill, with no clothes on. We chilling watching cartoons and shit. I look up and you taking pictures and recording me. For what? What are you doing? You know what I mean? Even during like sex, I would look up, you know, and you're recording, and it's like, no, don't do that. I keep asking you not to do that. Why do you keep doing that? And you keep saying, well, it's just for me, but then no, because then when everything was done, that was the threat. I have these recordings, I have these pictures, I'll show people. Oh, this is the person y'all following behind. You see how crazy she is, but the whole time you hear me saying, "Give me my phone. Give me my phone. Give me my phone." But you steadily saying, "She crazy. You see her, she crazy." The shit was premeditated like a mother. Why? Absolutely, Dominique. Absolutely, Coco. She loved the feeling of love you had towards her. Yes, but when it's time to get her shit back, like I just feel like, see, then that's where I go soft because I feel like she didn't know how to, like she wanted to, she didn't know how to because of the abuse and shit that she suffered, the identity crisis that she suffered. You're already a twin, but then even inside of yourself, you're divided. And you're divided between your masculine and your feminine self, you know? Sometimes we want to be something different to please those around us or to please ourselves or to get that level of love or respect that we feel like is given to that opposite sex. I understand that we are all like deeply scarred in some ways. For example, some people may not feel like that they are scarred, right? Like I've never had anything happen that would scar me. But it could be something as simple as, well, we used to go to my aunt's house and nothing bad ever happened there. It was just a really creepy, eerie feeling that I really didn't like, but we had to go over there. Now, but that's trauma. That's still trauma. Because there was a reason, like you had creepy feeling, like you don't want to get up to go use the restroom, type shit. Like it's still trauma. We don't own a lot of our shit for some reason, and we sweep it, we minimize it instead of just because you ain't got to breathe life into it, but you can acknowledge it. You can acknowledge what you do. You say you confused her in assisting her in finding herself, and she's still not knowing who she is. I can understand it. I just wanted the best for her. I was a cheerleader of hers. I wanted her to be great in so many ways, you know. Mm. I accepted a lot from her. just for the sake of being with her. You know what I'm saying? And having that relationship, and just wanting to be, because how I couldn't believe a woman as beautiful as her, because she's beautiful to me. Like, I couldn't believe that a woman as beautiful as her, in her age bracket, would have wanted to deal with somebody like me. And again, I'm coming down from being a fatty. My body is not that, because I was heavy, and so now, my body is just through. Like, but I accept my body. I love my body. It is what it is. That I only got this one. You know what I'm saying? But I just didn't think. And so I'm trying to give myself to her, because she keeps saying that too. Like, well, I didn't think you would ever like want to deal with somebody like you. It's like, what are you talking about? But then you go and you do these things, and it's like, wow, was I really, was I really getting played from the beginning? Was this a whole sting, a whole setup? When I first met her and she was talking all of that stuff, I'm not knowing she was still in a relationship at that time. She was in a whole relationship. And when I went there, I was kind of shocked and surprised, because they lived together. I went to the house and they had a dog, and a girlfriend came out and she was a client as well. She became a client and stuff. Like, then next thing I know, she was announcing that they had broke up. She was on the live, and I was, being funny, like, oh, look, won't he do it? Like that kind of thing. And I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't be happy about that. And so she was really like at me, trying to get at me, and I'm like, oh, girl must be looking alright. She done dropped some weight, you know. She must be looking alright. And so I was flattered, but then I immediately understood there was a lot of brokenness there. And then who wants to ever think like, oh, somebody only wants them because they broken? When it's trauma bonding, or somebody think that I can fix them or heal them, or what I can do for them, you know, in aiding them in their journey, you know, like, then when I say this shit, I'll be wrong, but I'm not. I don't really see what people see, because I'm just me. I'm just me. I'm a black girl from Tulsa. I'm just fucking me. But my cuz kept saying, no, cause I see the people see you differently. I see the way they look at you. I see the look in the, and I'm just like, I see what they do for you and how they love you, and I'm just like, oh, well, I see that, but I don't see what they see, cause I'm just me. I'm just me. I always been me. I always been me. It's always has been me. And anytime I get understanding, I'm always share it. That's all it's ever been. It's all it's ever been. So, not realizing that when people, this person, would just be looking at me, a lot of times because they are in that moment. Because then when I say what's going on, why keep looking at me like that? So I cannot believe that this is real, that you hear that we doing this. Like, so that means you still are not really seeing me. You still seem like Queen, or who you think that I am. You're not really seeing me. You don't really see Quatita. How can you want to build a life? And then that became apparent and evident because anytime our relationship was going in a direction of seriousness or progression, here come the silliness and the arguments and the I think we should just be friends again and like this whole debacle of bullshit that I was just so sick of. I was so tired of it. And because of the whole thing, and it's not just her when it comes to the whole Facebook, because I feel like, well, if we're gonna be in this relationship, why you don't want to put it on your Facebook? If this is what we about to do, why you don't want to put it on your Facebook? Then it's damn, you just want people to know we together. Like what? Why would why would I want people to know that I'm with you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, knock it off, because then my ego kick in. And, like, bitch, I'm clean. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, my ego kick in then, and then now I feel like shit, because, bitch, really? You're not? Really? Bitch, you ain't took flight. You still you still just simmering above ground, bitch. You ain't really took flight. Like, knock it off, Katita. Like, okay. But the mistreatment and the lies is like, um, like the way you could just go and whether you whether you fuck my cousin or not, you know, that whole thing was just out of line and inappropriate. It was out of order. But I don't do that. I don't do that. There's no one she can tell the world that I ever, what I mean, would have done that with or even attempted to do that with, or been with called. I don't have nobody who she's connected with number. Like, why would you be calling my friend? Why would you develop that kind of relationship and have my back with my family? What are you doing? I've never been that kind of person. I don't even have any connection to anyone. Like when we're done, we're done. Like I don't normally have like nobody's phone number. I just don't necessarily do that. And you know what I mean? Like if we're gonna be together for a long time, then I understand that, maybe I would have your mom's phone number or XYZ or, you know, the shit that has been done in these relationships and friendships is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I can't believe that people behave in this way. Because why would you ever? Especially if you say you wanted somebody, like you want somebody, but that's how you treat somebody. Like you cannot want somebody and mishandle somebody and treat somebody in that motherfucking way, bruh. You put niggas up under cars to kill me, and it was captured on camera because you are lovesick and heartbroken because you mistreated me. And like, what am I? Cause I didn't stick around for it no more. Like, what are we talking about? What you said because people just let me do what they want to do and how they love me. So you want to destroy me and make people stop loving me? What? And I gotta say, you did your best. You did your best. And from my toes to the top of my head, with all sincerity, I find myself from time to time wanting something to just be done about how I was done, how I was treated, the horrible shit that you did to me, the threats, how you took my phone, how you destroyed my shit. Like, I want something to be done. Like, even when I was like in my worst state, and like I still didn't want nothing to be done to her. I was like wanting it to be done to like maybe a sibling. So it'll hurt her, but not physically touch her. I wanted her to understand what she had done, but maybe my punishment, was extreme, But for me, you can't tell me how to react to what you did because you were 100% wrong. 100% wrong. And even when I would say, well, should I be specific about what I want to happen? I can't even go into it because I love people so greatly. I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't even want them to be hurt. It would hurt me for them to hurt. What? Then I'm upset because go sit your just simple ass down. You can't even hate correctly. You can't even want revenge correctly. Go sit down, Petita. Oh, my glass always dirty and foggy. I clean them every day, several times a day. I know she did that candle magic on me. I know she did. One, because I felt it immediately and I called her out on it. And she almost went into a panic. She kept denying it, but she can't deny it because when it happens, you can feel it. And she definitely did that. Called my soul into it. But I'm about to get off here too. But at the same time, when you do work like that on people, it'll affect you as well. So whatever I feel, she probably feels that too. But it's just the fact that you did that, and I really just want to get an answer, and I want her to go away out of my life, out of my mind. I sometimes wish that I never met her, but then I understand the lessons sometimes are greater than the experience, you know? I said I would never get nobody tattooed, but we got matching tattoos, you know? We got matching tattoos, and I keep saying I'm going to have it covered up, you know? And it got her initials in it, you know? Her initials is in the tattoo. I need to have it covered, but I haven't done that yet. But another reason why I don't want to lose any of the memory or any of the lesson, right? Is because I know that it's better to, what they say, to love in loss than never to have loved at all. You know, because what if perhaps what if you've never experienced love at all, even for a fraction of a second? So would you rather have loved and lost it than to have never loved at all? I believe that I just still want to remember it because I loved, at least I loved. And in that love, I learned some things that I feel are very valuable that I will carry with me. But I feel like now I'm in a space of needing to return back to myself because even though I was with Jamila, I felt like I was not fully healed. And she says that's why she felt like she was not committing herself, even though I have not talking to her. But this is something she has said before. She could not commit herself, but this is what you came for. That was her active plan of what she came for in the beginning. Those were her words. That's what she said. But it'd be that kind of confusion. Then it's almost portrayed as if I'm the one that's always pushing it. Like, and it's not true. It's not true. I don't know. It's 2:22. Anyway, I don't know if I should give up or not on love. Don't know if I should give up or not on love. My love, booty call did not. This did not. It did not even come through a little bit. And now I knew it was a reason I cut this nigga off. I knew it was a reason that I was not talking to him. And this is it. I remember now. I see the diamonds down there. And we always just giving motherfuckers second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, goddamn seventh chances. Like this motherfucker really deserved it, you know? And you know the fuck that he did. Child, let's not do with that. Oh. Hmm. 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 But, oh shit, Katina. Gonna have you a funky good. Gonna have a funky good time. Mhm. Well, I am sure to not overwhelm myself, because it is what it is. I remember now why I wasn't fucking with this nigga. But that be that one thing, that be that one shit when you know how good motherfucking mouth is or that motherfucking sex is and you like I might as well just go on and just get her done and then here they go acting the fuck up. Like nigga, I know it's been every bit of 5 years, damn near 4 years, 5 years. Yeah, it has to be since I fucked with you, and you have stayed on my phone off and on over this period of years, and it gotta be like that long. Cause I lived in Nashville, I think 4 years, right? When did I move to Nashville? I moved to Nashville in what 2018? Yeah. Yes, girl. Yes, child. Yes. And you showed back up like this. You too. You too. Then I saw that you read it. You left me on red, bitch? Nigga, knock it off. I was doing the world a favor by talking to you. Say that. Say I was doing the world a favor just by talking to you, nigga. I keep seeing stuff, missing people or something about something like what on outside. Well, I love y'all from a very deep and genuine place. I wish it wasn't so late. We would continue our conversation, but I know how very late it is. And so, because I love y'all for fucking with me, I want y'all to know it. I fuck with y'all right back. I show gratitude. All right, go get some sleep. Go get some rest. Go get some drink. Roll over. Get you some. I don't know. Do something special. I love y'all from a genuine place.